up? What's up? What's up?
Dang, you ain't trying to let me in the camera tonight, bro.
Damn.
I guess I gotta get all on you tonight. I also want me to get all on
I
you.
scooped over. Should I scoop over? I should come over this way. Come on. There we go. What's up, you guys? How is everyone doing today? It is Saturday. We have been non-stop. Um, you guys come on in the room. We'll let you get on in the room. What's up, Robin? What's
What's
up,
up,
Robin?
Robin?
How are you? It is. I got a sneaky, well, not a sneaky. I have a confession. We have no wine tonight. We are. We just
We
wanted
would have
to.
got some apple juice, some
That's
milk.
not no. That's not available to in the morning.
Now she letting me
So
get away with murder over there.
don't say it. So listen, we are in
I
Albertsville.
got 88.
Are you focused?
Yeah, I got 88 though. I don't
Okay.
know about Crocus here, bro.
We are in Albertsville. All right, Alabama. Our oldest has a softball tournament that stops tomorrow. So we decided we would just stay over instead of going home because it's an hour and like 30 minutes away from the house. So we figured, we'll just stay overnight so we won't have to keep traveling. Well, the crazy thing, hey, Miss Kathy, the crazy thing
Kathy.
is they don't have many hotels in this area. So it was really hard trying to find a hotel. Like, seriously. But we made it. We're in Marriott. Um, hey,
What's up,
Alicia.
Alicia?
Um,
So I'm gonna tell y'all real quick.
okay.
So Ashley a little ditzy when it comes to hotels. She don't really play right.
I'm ditzy or I'm picky.
Picky,
There
whatever
we
it
go.
is. So I had scoped it out real quick just to see what was going on because we done been in some places where it ain't no good hotel in the city, right? So I scoped it out. The 2-star hotel was like 115, 120. I said, "Who we're in trouble? It's gonna be a $200 night." So I just kind of skimmed it. So I ain't booked nothing because I knew what time it was. So I woke up in the morning, she's like, "Yeah, I got us a hotel." So I said, "Where you got it at?" It's Fairfield Marriott. It look good. How much it cost? Don't worry about that.
Listen, y'all. It was right. Robin said it's in the boonies.
It's in a
It
bonus.
is.
It
Like,
is now.
it ain't even no 4-star, 3-star hotels in this. Like, this is probably like the best. It's probably 4-star. And that's only because it's brand new.
But
They are trying to build some though.
we in the lobby, and they got free breakfast now. So we was excited about that. So I just seen they got an 88 score. How you get an 88 score in a new hotel?
It's okay. We're gonna make it do what it do. We wanted to make sure we didn't leave you guys hanging. We didn't not do, well, not complete our 30-day challenge. I don't even know what day we on. I think we're on day like
How you know when to stop
18.
if you don't even know what day it
Because
is?
I remember when we started, I just have to go and count each day. So I think, so recap of our day. Obviously, we're at softball tournament. We've been here since this morning. After the first game, Trinity had 3 games today. So after the first game, Trinity, Alicia say, don't eat nothing, nothing. I mean, we can get some cereal and milk. The cereal gonna be in the little container. The milk is in the container, and everybody just gonna by their way and grab a banana. You can't go wrong with a banana.
I don't know, man. You make sure that milk's still good,
Better
man. Milk
smell
might be
it.
small.
You're right.
Check the
You
bed
might get a
sheets.
Danish.
Listen say nope. Oh man, y'all are too funny, man.
All right. So look, after the first game, right? We all chilling, uh, getting things from the concession stand because we know we got a long day. So Trinity comes and she's like holding her side, and I'm like, "You okay?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, well, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "There we go, there we go, Robin." She's like, "I'm itching." So I'm thinking, okay, you might have the hives. Like, what happened? She's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Okay." So she's sitting beside us and she's like, "I need some Benadryl." well, we don't have Benadryl out here, babe. Like, okay, Tanya, you go to the store, get some Benadryl for her. So Tanya and Leah go to the store to get Benadryl. In the midst of them going to get Benadryl, she is like she got the chicken pox. She is all in the hair. And then the lady next, so I'm like, does anyone have Benadryl? Like, I'm yelling now in the softball complex. Does anyone have Benadryl? So people looking at me like I'm crazy as hell. And I'm just like, okay, well, maybe they don't. So the lady next to me, well, next to Trinity was like, is she okay? I'm like, well, no, I don't know. Like, she just started scratching up and she has the hives. And she said, baby, can you breathe? Trinity throat then started closing up on her, y'all. She is wheezing from the mouth. I am about to die. Like, I don't let the daddy leave. I'm about to damn. I don't know what the fuck to do. So
Jeez.
I got two little ones by me. I got Amira and Ashley by me. Aaliyah goes, so she can't help me. And I don't even know where the hell Tonyo is. He's somewhere on somebody's playground. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I am gonna go crazy. So another parent came and was like, you said Benadryl? And I'm like, yes. So she's like, let me look. Okay, she couldn't find it. So then another one came and they're like, oh my gosh, is she okay? Is she okay? What happened? I don't fucking know what happened. Like, I don't know. So they're like, I think we should call the ambulance. I'm like, well, can y'all call? You know what? I'm gonna just use my watch. Siri, call 911. So Siri called
Huh.
911
At what point did they make an announcement on the PA
after
system?
I called 911. So then y'all are laughing. So then, okay, so I'm like, Siri called 911. 911 is asking me all these questions. I don't know. What do you think caused it? I don't know. Can you just send the ambulance?
Where you
Her
at?
throat is gonna close up by that time. So he's like, are you at the American field? I'm at the softball field 4. Figure it out. I don't know. I did not know that each part of the field had different names.
It's a big
It's a
complex
big
now.
complex. So I didn't know that part. And I'm just like, really? So now they calling everybody. And then the announcer, which wasn't even announcing, he comes and he's like, yeah, I'm a nurse, I'm this. And the lady next to me said, I'm a respiratory nurse. Like, all of a sudden, I got all these damn medical physicians that when I was screaming that I needed Benadryl,
Benadryl.
nobody, everybody looked at me like I was dumb. So, got Benadryl. But then another lady she had an inhaler, so she told Trinity to cuff her hands and she blew the inhaler so that her throat can open up. And then we
I
found,
still don't understand how that shit.
I don't know, but it worked. So then they found they announced on it that if anyone had an EpiPen. So then the lady, an older lady, came with an EpiPen and she's like, "Do you want to give it to her?" No, I don't. Like, we've had Benadryl, we've had an inhaler. Like, let's hopefully this stuff start working, but I don't want to get nothing else. So it was a time of our life. It was very scary. So then the ambulance comes and the guy's like, "You want to? Which hospital you want to go to, North or West?" I don't know. Like, I don't even know if I want to go to the hospital right now. Like, chill out. So he's like, "Well, ma'am, the ambulance is here already." Ambulance came in like 2 minutes flat. It had to be. So I'm like, well, listen. He was like, well, we can walk her out there. I'm like, well, listen, I got two little kids and I got a third one on the playground that's here, and I need to make sure I grab everything. Y'all know I had bags on top of bags, tablets, everything you can name it. I'm trying to grab
Computer
a computer
bag.
bag. I'm trying to like grab it all and grab Amir, who is now down the steps looking at the softball game. It was hilarious but scary. And it seemed like things was going slow and fast all at the same time. It was ridiculous. So we finally get down, finally walk. I call baby Tonyo. He understands the call. He comes running over and Aaliyah comes running through the gate. And she's like, we got Benadryl. We're way past that, baby. We already got Benadryl. So Trinity gets on the stretcher and they let it wait for a little bit. They took
Hold
her
up, hold up,
vitals.
hold up. That's
Okay.
not good. So I'm gonna tell y'all my part. So I go to the store, and when I leave, now, it ain't that serious. Honestly. Like it's like I'm itching, but like I need some Benadryl. So, but by the time I get back, man, she been in a boxing match. Her eyes was swollen, her
Oh,
lips was
yes.
swollen. Like she had hives all over her. I'm like, what the hell wrong with her? She, so, so the ambulance got her. I'm looking like she all right. So actually, like, you just don't understand what just happened. Like we just had a whole episode in here, and I'm looking at her and like her lips bubble, 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 eyes are like
Like
swole
that.
shut almost. Like
Yes.
we're like, what the world is going on? So it was a scary thing.
It was definitely scary, but her vital signs were good. The Benadryl worked. She didn't do the game that was coming. She didn't do the second game. She played the third game. They told her it was okay for her to play, but she will be drowsy, and she was. She went to sleep during the second game, and her teammates took a picture of her. She's just like, oh, drooling from the mouth. It was amazing. It was good.
All right, come back up some real estate.
All right.
15 minutes in, but it was an experience for
It
me.
was an experience. Now, remind you, we ain't have Trinity that long, so they're asking us questions like, well, what is she allergic to? We don't know.
What did she do? We
We don't
don't
know.
know.
We don't know.
She just came up itching. She's 17 years old. We don't know what she's been doing.
So, all right, that was fun. We did any real estate today. Pay for some bills.
Pay some contractors.
Pay some contractors.
Got a video of the Trustfield house.
Yes.
Robert, you would not believe the progress that's being made.
No,
I
I'll
gotta see
send it
you.
to
Yeah, I
you.
gotta see you the
I'll send
video,
it to
Robert.
you. But it looks really good. It's coming along. It's exciting. I'm afraid that come Monday they're gonna be close to being finished, and I ran through the whole budget without getting reimbursed.
I got it, ass.
Not right now. This is what he goes through
Just
all day,
listen.
y'all.
Just listen.
He has all these
For the
aha
half
moments.
bathroom,
Okay.
let's make let's make the entrance to the bathroom through the closet. So instead of trying to squeeze the door and the shower over there, let's just put the shower next to the toilet, and you got to go through the closet to get to the bathroom.
You gotta step down from the closet to get to the bathroom because in
Yeah.
the closet where the
Mm-hmm.
bar is. Okay. Yasmin wanted to hear it. See, well, you heard it. What you think, Yasmin? Hope you heard it. All right. So pay some bills. Looked at some videos of the progress. I think that's
That
it.
was about
That's
it.
all. Real
I ain't
estate.
had no phone all day for real.
It was dead.
Dead. Ain't got no service. It was just, oh well. Enjoy the kids.
I did talk to some students. I did a pre-approval letter today while we were out there. I feel like I did something else on the ride that was real estate, but I don't remember. Added the new students to Thinkific.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. So tonight, you guys, we are going to talk about how to turn your business, which is really a high-paying job, into a real business.
I ain't tell you that, Yasmin. I believe in it. My apartment was like that. That's why I keep saying that. So I believe in the vision.
But no, the house in Pelham was like that. You had to walk through the closet to get to the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, a lot of people are afraid when it comes to hiring help because help is expensive. Help costs a lot of money. And a lot of times when you have a small business, you're really not generating enough revenue to really add on people. I heard one of my
I would
mentors.
say this: you're
Okay.
not consistently generating enough revenue
Right.
because you could generate revenue, but the scary part is consistently generating
Absolutely.
revenue to
Absolutely.
pay people.
Absolutely. I heard one of my mentors say that once you after every 250,000 you make, you should have an employee. I don't think that's the case. I think as quick as you can afford it, you should be able to because it allows you to free up time. It allows you to do more income producing tasks versus tasks that's really not bringing in any revenue. So,
I'm still stuck on the 250,000. I don't. Who said that?
uh, him,
Oh, I missed that.
yeah, he said it in one of his reels the other day, and I was like, I disagree with that, and it's okay to disagree. Um, as soon as you start hiring people, the sooner you can produce more, the sooner you can get things done. Um, Getting people to work for you that are in your same. I was really hell bent on. I needed people in the office with me. I needed to touch people. I needed to make sure they can do it. I wanted to help them. Like I wanted to duplicate my life at Regents in my office. I wanted that excitement, enthusiastic. I wanted all of that I experienced at Regents in my office. But I found out that I couldn't afford that. And then the people who I could afford, they weren't giving me that same caliber of excitement and enthusiastic. They they wasn't working full time hours, so it was like a part time thing that I could really afford. So it caused us to do some things differently. I was totally against it at first, but we ended up hiring a virtual assistant. And I'm not gonna say we ended up. Tonio forced me to hire a virtual assistant, and honestly, in transparency,
Who was our first VA?
Sheena.
She was our first VA.
Hmm.
We hit a home run with that one,
We
boy.
did, we did.
Out the gate.
So Tonio forced me to get a virtual assistant. Now, before then, I'm not gonna say we didn't have employees. We had part-time employees. We had volunteers. We had
Intern,
interns.
mentees.
Those my volunteers. Um, so we had people
But you
to
had the
come
school
in.
volunteers too. Then.
We did. We had the school volunteers too. So we had people to come in and help us, but their schedules weren't consistent. They had things going on, and we really couldn't get the productivity that we needed for one because we didn't know what the heck we were doing, and we didn't know how to set them up for success. Honestly, so I know one of the fears that I had when it came to hiring a VA was, you remember what my fear was?
You study information.
Stealing my information, not understanding what the heck I was saying. Uh,
Why you whispering?
I don't know. Not understanding what I was saying, stealing my information. What's another fear? Not knowing how. Well,
Ask them what their fears are.
not knowing how to do the work. Do any of you have a fear when it comes to hiring a virtual assistant? What's your fears? Drop it in the chat.
Whether it be an overseas virtual
Or
assistant
just someone
or
working for you.
American virtual assistant
Yeah.
or just the employee.
What fears do you have? And I know fear, a lot of people don't like to talk in fears, but I think fears are real. And the only way you can talk about it, I mean, the only way you can get over it is if you, for one, admit it and talk about it and then get some assistance on going, getting through it. Y'all ain't got no fears, huh? Y'all
They
ready?
beast. They ready.
All right, then. Okay. Robin said a little scared. Okay. 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 So I was completely scared, didn't think it would work out. I didn't feel like they were normal, like humans, Americans. Like, I don't know what I thought. I don't know why I thought they would be different, but I thought they would be different. I found out that hiring virtual assistants are a lot cheaper. You can get more done in the day if you hire them, but you really have to hire them right. You really have to have things set up for them. So, what are some tasks you feel like virtual assistants can't do? Give me a task that you feel like a virtual assistant can't do. Because I think that was a big barrier for me of thinking about things that they couldn't do. Can you think of any?
Should I think of them or do I do?
Yeah, that might be hard for you to say that. Then.
Yeah, I think they can do anything.
Don't say that because they're gonna say I think they can do anything,
I
but
mean,
nobody wants
you
a
asked
virtual
me though.
assistant.
How you gonna ask me something and then say don't
What you
say that?
thought before they couldn't do?
Before, I would say
Mi- Miss Kathy, are you saying they can't do it or they can? Are you saying they can't do cold calling? Is what you feel?
I didn't think that they could analyze, I guess, and communicate.
Okay.
I always seen them as assistants. I never seen a virtual assistant mentally before we started hiring. I never seen them in more than assistant role, basic data entry type things. That's all I really seen a VA for.
Okay. Robin said, I struggle to think they can do them well as I can do them as well as I can. It's my business, so I would know better. I think that's valid, Robin. And I think you don't know until you try. I can say that I personally feel like our virtual assistants are very smart. Some of them have college degrees, which is not easy. So the fact that they have a college degree, which means they're not just your average people. Like we have real conversations. They are just like us, but just in another part
Facts.
of the earth. Like
Facts.
especially when COVID came, like we didn't realize how much we were so much alike until COVID came and the world was shut down and they were shut down. Like it
Yeah.
really hit home.
It just feel like they're in a different state.
Yes, it really does feel like they're in a different state. Um, I think the struggle that you just mentioned, Robin, you're gonna have that struggle whether they are in the state with you, in the room with you, or somewhere else. And if you have that problem, my suggestion to that problem, because I think that is very typical when it comes to business owners, because you can do so much, you do it at such um
A high
a high
level.
level and a great and at a good skill that no one else is gonna do it as good as you. But what if you got two people that can do it just like you? You know what I mean? Like, what if one person did this side like you and another person did this side like you, and then you were to mesh it together? At that point, they could even be better than you. At that point, and so I think in a lot of those key roles where you feel like they can't do it as good as you, hire two people. Don't hire one. Hire two people so that you have a better opportunity to really get it done.
Agree.
You about to say something?
Mm-mm.
You gonna go to sleep?
Mm.
I don't trust you. I got my eyes
I'm
on you.
good
I got my eyes on you.
until the screen go off.
I got my eyes on you. Um, Things that virtual assistants can do. They can manage your social media. I think everyone knows that a virtual assistant can manage their social media. They can answer calls. Um, they can answer emails, respond to emails. They can manage your books. They can do bookkeeping. They can update your database, update your websites, create funnels. Uh, what else am I missing?
That's what we were supposed to talk
They
about
can
yesterday.
they can edit videos. We
Funnels.
can talk about a funnel next week. They can edit videos for you. They can edit pictures. They can order materials, order supplies. Um,
You said cold call, right?
they can cold call. They can send out mail.
Skip trace lists.
They can skip trace. What else would you have in your business? They can do anything, honestly. They can do anything you want them to do as long as you're able to teach them how to do it.
And you have the systems that you're using will allow them to do it.
Yes. So you can't just expect them to, you say, okay, I need you to do XYZ and expect them to excel in it if you don't lay the foundations on these are the steps to do it. These are the potential questions that you'll get from those steps. These are the potential questions that may come up, and this is how you handle those questions. So I think that's really important. You can't assume that they're going to know exactly what to do if you don't teach them. In anything that you do, there has to be some form of education. When you start a new job, then you're going to have education. Robbie said that would be greatly to increase productivity. Kathy said it is so hard to trust someone else with your business when it's your first one. It is, but the longer it takes you to do that, the longer you're going to be in that business. So as long as you're in that business every day and that business requires you to get up, do it, make the calls, do answer the emails, input the people into the CRM. As long as you're able, you have to do that. Send the invoices, send the contracts. As long as you have to do that, then you don't have a business. You just have a job.
Yep.
So I think a lot of people get that confused and they say, "Oh, I have a small business or I have several small businesses," but in actuality, you just have several high-paying jobs. So kind of take it out your head, take change your mindset when it comes to it and try it because you can get far more done with help than you can ever do by yourself.
And I would say if you ever wanted to test yourself and ask yourself one or two questions to find out if I got a job or a business, this is the one question to ask yourself. If you leave for a month, will that job still make money? Will it be there when you get back? If it won't make no money, if it won't be there when you get back, then you have a high paying job. You don't have a business. A business should be able to run without you, bring in money without you, and not need you to go through the basic things.
Hmm. All right. So we said that.
And let me say,
Okay.
I like to do this part. This is probably my favorite part. I'll let you finish that.
Mm-mm, go.
Uh, what's your biggest failure when it comes to a business versus a? I guess we can talk about employee. What's your biggest failure when it comes to hiring an employee? What's your biggest success?
My biggest failure was expecting them to know what to do without having training material in place. And not just training material, but like a policy and procedures say, okay, here's if then statements. If this happens, then do this. If this happens, then do this. This is how often we do it. This is who it goes to next. And this is how long it should take us to complete it. So when I didn't have those things and I was trying to iron them out on my own, my employees got frustrated with me. They said I didn't understand what I was doing. They didn't understand what I was telling them to do. And their retention rate was horrible.
Our retention
Well, our retention rate, yeah, was horrible. So I think that's my biggest failure when it comes to hiring employees. I expect them, okay, well, all you doing is answering the phone and saying, hello, welcome to my properties. Why can't you get that right and put them in the CRM? Well, maybe because they didn't get trained on what's the best way to say it and how to be able to do it and put it in the system. So that was my biggest failure. My biggest success, one of my biggest success, well, I think this was my biggest success that turned me around, was before I had Ashlyn. So this was 2018. Antonio hired a young lady that he met at a gas station. Well, he introduced me to a young lady that he met at a gas station. And he was like, I really think my wife will love you. And I did. I absolutely loved her. Um, I hired her 2 weeks before I had Ashlyn. So the week before I had her, I didn't even come to the office. I literally trained her via Google Drive, where it would say day one training, day two training. And that was my biggest success because it made me realize that I could actually step away, be in a whole different part of the city, and still communicate and train.
I got a different success.
Okay.
My biggest success.
Okay.
That
Ooh,
was
yes. Okay.
you don't know what my biggest success is?
Your biggest success should be recently.
No.
Okay. Well, let's hear it.
My biggest success was convincing Ashley's sister to come work for us. That was my biggest success. That took some work. That took some no's. That took some
Some
promising, some
cries.
butt kissing. But I think overall that was our biggest success was getting her to come work with us. Somebody we trust, somebody that was
Definitely.
smart, somebody that we knew had our back, somebody that was able to think and process stuff. Like that was our biggest success.
And she's laughing at you.
Hey,
But it really took. Oh, she's gonna cry. She's probably crying. Wipe that tear.
don't cry, girl.
Wipe that tear. But it all required us to just let go. At the end
Yes.
of the day, it required us to take action, let go, and just do it.
Hmm.
It required us to fail
Yeah.
because we failed a lot.
Yeah.
I remember when I got sick and went into the hospital for them 2 weeks. We had an employee, and he was like, "Listen, I'm not trying to work any extra hours. If y'all can't come in and bring this key, I'm gonna stay home." Like, bro, we in the
We
hospital.
had nowhere to even open the
We had
office for
nowhere
the
to open the
dude, man.
office.
That was horrible,
It was.
man.
It was.
It was yeah horrible. We didn't have a way for, and then we wasn't cloud based.
Oh,
So
we
like
wasn't. We
he
was
needed to
learning.
come to the office to work on the computer. It was horrible.
And now I can't say when COVID came, we were already fully cloud based before COVID. So while a lot of people were trying to figure that part out, we had been preaching since about 28, no, about 2016. We had been preaching for a long time. Okay, cloud based. Okay, if it's not on Google Drive, then you didn't do it if I can't find it. So we really
When
was
was
good
Stacy
when COVID
training?
came.
When was Stacy training?
Stacy training was in 2016. It
That
was
was
like
16.
March
Okay,
of
yeah. We
2016.
took a training.
Yeah.
And I think a thing a theme you're going to see from us a lot is we take a lot of trainings. We pay for a lot of education. So we took a training from a lady named Stacy
Rositi.
Rositi. She came to Birmingham. She spoke and then she had a training. So in her training, she showed us how to, I would say, enhance the Google Drive to where it was
It was our virtual office.
virtual office ish. And it was amazing.
It did like how to break down, put how to organize your properties in it, what documents each folder should have. It was really amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. To like to this day, we still basically use that format
Yeah.
for our properties. Everything is in a folder. Everything is in a subfolder.
Mhm.
Like for the most part, we can go touch whatever we need to touch about a property
Mhm.
online from anywhere. Right now, I can go into my drive and pull up deeds, pull up scopes of work, pull up contracts, all in the drive.
In the drive. And so that that really shifted us to being able to have a VA because everything was cloud based and they were working cloud based. So why not just do it? Um VAs are like pennies on the dollars for us. Like if you wanted someone to do like to be your administrative assistant, you can get someone as the administrative assistant for you to answer emails, to input people into your CRM, to follow up with people, to post on your social media. Sometimes they can do that too as an admin role for $3 an hour.
Follow up.
Follow up for $3 an hour. So like you're spending like $280 to between 250 280 a month. Now you tell me how quick do you blow through?
Hey, that's you.
It's yeah, no. It's like that's every 2 weeks. You're right.
It's like 500 a
It's like
month.
500 a month. It's like
Yeah.
280 every 2 weeks.
Like even like this is my thing about it. I know that Ms. Robin say that she's scared. Miss Kathy is putting her stuff together. But look at it like this. Even if you hire this person and they helping you put your stuff together, it's still cheaper at $500. We can still they can do nothing for 2 3 days straight. It don't even hurt you. So like compared to a human, it's gonna cost you a lot of money if Lloyd could work it on like VAs help expedite this thing so quick. You ain't even gotta have it all the way together. Just take
You do
action,
not. Just take action.
and you will figure it out.
And they will help you figure it out.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, you're worried. Like, I don't have everything together. Have enough, do some,
Yes.
get it going, and then have them to help you build it.
Agree.
They'll be happy. They get to actually see something they build come to life, and then they're already gonna build it for themselves anyway. So as you teach them stuff, I found out when we hired Sheena, who was our first VA, that she was like creating her own policy and procedure as we trained her, and her policy and procedure looked better than ours. Like her script for calls, when we were monitoring it, it was like, oh, can we get that? Because that was amazing. You did a better job than us. Can we get that? Let's tweak it a little bit and do this. And now we got a new policy and procedure.
Agree.
So
Like,
don't be afraid, you guys.
if you get a $3 an hour VA, that's $24 for a full day's work. Like, you
And
can play around.
most of y'all spend that on food a day. Lori put she's working on her SOPs, and she says, I'm looking for someone who's better than me. Absolutely. And you may have to get two people.
Miss Lori, you definitely need to watch Ashley's VA training.
Yes.
Oh, when you gonna have that ready?
I don't know. Don't make me lie to you, but I can probably get it ready by the end of the week if you put the pressure on me.
Miss Lori, put pressure on her to have the VA training ready for you to see it. Because you really need to watch that before you hire to get some things in order, like she said, and even where to go get them and your process and things like that. So I highly recommend you watching that.
And what I'll do is I'll add it to the Think If It once it's ready. So that way all of our students will already have it. Yeah.
Sweet.
That's what we'll do. So Robin will get it, Lori will get it. Yeah, we'll add it to the Think If It. Robin say, how do you find your VAs? So I think first you have to understand, you have to determine what type of VA do you want. Do you need a 40 hours a week VA? Do you need a project-based VA? And once you figure that out, then there's different places you can find them from. Fiverr.
Give me your top 3.
Okay.
And what are they good for?
All right. So Fiverr is good for projects. Is good for if you need someone to do your logos. You need someone to do skip tracing. Someone to like create a quick little database for you. Someone to put formulas in your spreadsheets for you. Then I would use Fiverr and Upwork for that. If you're looking for, and I'll use them for creating funnels, building websites. I'll use Fiverr and Upwork for those. If you're looking for more of a graphics area where you're looking for a place where you can get logos done, you can get social media templates done, uh, editing of videos, then I will go to Freelancer. Freelancer, and you can create a contest with Freelancer, and you get like hundreds of entries to choose from. So and you get to set the budget. So you set the budget, you get hundreds of um options, and you get to choose which one you want. So I do Freelancer, Upwork, and Fiverr. If you're looking for someone that you want to hire from a hourly basis, then I will go with Online Jobs PH. I just told y'all everyone I use without like those are all the ones I use. When I need quick spreadsheets and I needed to have if then statements and I wanted to change the color of when to do it, when not to do it, then I go to Fiverr or Upwork. But if I need someone hourly, I'm going to Online Jobs PH. Now you can also hire the people from Fiverr, Upwork, or Freelancer hourly too. But that's just how I do it. You're welcome. All right, what questions do y'all have? I feel like I've done too much talking, and we need to answer some questions.
We should get 3 questions.
No, they get as many questions as they want. Why are you looking at me like that? I can see you.
You see me?
Yes.
I look like Jason and you.
No.
Pretty cool.
No.
Candyman.
None. None of them.
Say Candyman 3 times.
No.
I'm like Candyman. Candyman.
Tanya,
All right.
you
I'm
like.
sorry. I'm sorry. All right. All right.
I know y'all typing. Y'all about to type me a paragraph.
You gonna shoot out the code?
As
Basic,
y'all
not detailed.
as y'all type in your questions,
Who just wind down responsible?
this wine down is sponsored by nobody. You don't even have any wine.
It's not called. It's see. I think you took.
Uh-uh.
Just this one to say. It wasn't supposed to be wine
Don't try to
down.
switch it now.
It wasn't supposed to be wine as in drinking wine. It was supposed to be wine
As
as
in
in
winding down.
winding down.
Okay, well that's what we're doing today. Winding down.
Not drink down.
You guys, this event is sponsored by REI Live Birmingham. Check us out this Tuesday. It is just 3 days away. Nicole Ambrose will be in the building.
If you're a broker, your agent. If your agent tell your broker about it, make sure she can get everybody out there. This
Or
is like,
he can get everyone out
or
there.
he can get everyone out there. This is like amazing free training for agents
Absolutely.
and wholesalers.
Absolutely. So make sure your face is in the place and make sure you're ready to ask Nicole hundreds of questions. Hundreds. All right, we got some questions as rolling. All right, Lori put, if you do mailers, how does delivery to assistant work and can that be cost efficient? So there's a system where you can basically input them into whatever service you use. So if you use USPS, um, they can upload the list to them for the mailers. If you use Vistaprint, they're just uploading it to it and then it's mailing it out. So it's still the same amount that you would do if you were in the States for your mailers. You just have to send it directly from the company.
I think that's a great thing a
From the
VA can do.
distribution company. That's a
That's a
wonderful
great,
thing
like,
they can do.
it's so easy to say, here go the mailers. When the phone start ringing, answering, like, that's deals on top of deals on top of deals. Easy. Great thinking, Laura.
That's great. Yes. Robin says she's gonna hit the drop. Thank you, Robin. Have a great evening and weekend and a safe trip home.
Thank you for being loyal to the
Thank you.
wind down.
You're special.
We'll give out some awards at the end of this 30 days.
You like you want to give out an award.
I like awards.
You do.
Like people like to be recognized for their hard work.
Okay. You like to give work to.
That's all you hear.
That's all I
That's
hear.
all you hear is work.
More things to remember. More great ideas.
Yeah.
More great ideas. But Lori, yeah, they can absolutely do that. You can make that happen, and the cost doesn't change because they're doing it virtually. Now, there are some times where they may have to have a VPN so that it looks like so that it doesn't track their IP address and realize that they're working from overseas. But there's some sites on Chrome where they can download a VPN for free.
Miss Lori, when you get some time, go on YouTube and look up a dude named Tom Crow. He's known for sending out postcards and things of that nature. I would definitely go watch some of his videos if postcards is the way to go. Joe McCall also does a lot with VAs and postcards, and like Joe McCall is so deep. He sends out his VA sends out offers
Mm-hmm.
without him even checking. Like that was the first time that put that in my head. Like I could do that too. It was hard, but we're doing it.
Well, yeah, but once you set it up and you put systems in place to measure it, to audit and track it, then you're good to go. All right, we got a question. It says, For the newbies, at what point should you look for VAs, or should this not be our focus point starting right out? Erase my thinking or thought process. So I think if you can afford to hire a VA, then you want to hire one as soon as possible, but you want to make sure you know what they're going to do. So sometimes as a newbie, you have to figure out what those roles are that you're going to be performing before you can actually get a VA. Now, I'm not going to say it need to take you a whole year to do it because you can determine those roles in as little as 3 months.
I would say, we all got different answers. I would say if you can buy a program or if you can buy a training that the VA can watch and duplicate, you can hire a VA a lot quicker
Mm-hmm.
because you can let your program train them on what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that's one thing to keep in mind. So let's hypothetically say Lori Paul, if she wanted to send postcards, I would find somebody who has a step-by-step process on sending postcards and say, VA, watch this. Do it and tell me where you got some issues at.
Mm-hmm.
Just me personally.
And then write out the procedure for me also.
And you got to understand, my mind thinks different than job. So I'm always thinking business. I'm always thinking
Scale,
scale,
systems.
systems. So
The names for the postcard was Tom Crow and Joe McCall.
or see, a lot of wholesalers use postcards.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe look up Max Maxwell postcards, Flipman postcards. Wholesalers are mainly the ones who use postcards.
Mm-hmm.
In my world, I know there's some agents who use them too, but I can't give you those agents' names. I'm an investor.
Oh, thanks, Lori.
No problem.
So don't be afraid to scale. Don't be afraid to get help. And know they're not going to be as great as you, but get two people so that they can be better than you.
And don't be afraid to fail, man. Like,
Yes.
woo. I think we had a lot of employees before we actually had success. Just being trent. We get things done.
Yes.
But we had a lot of employees, mentees, interns before we were saying.
Listen, y'all, I had people to fight. I had people to quit before they even started. Like one young lady quit walking to the building because we worked downtown, and where she parked, she was walking to the building and just was like, I'm not gonna sweat
That
every
was the
day.
funniest thing ever.
She said, I am not gonna sweat every day.
Every day.
And that's because we didn't have a system in place for here's where you park. We'll take care of the parking. We were so cheap, we didn't want to take care of the parking. We wanted them to work for us.
She didn't make it to the office,
She didn't
y'all.
make it to the office. She walked one block, turned around, and walked right back to the car. She said, I do not need this job. I do not.
Oh my God, that was a classic.
So expect to fail. We were like, had all the things on her new desk ready for computer. Lori's laughing at us. Seriously. So it's okay to fail. Know that the more you fail, the closer you are to success.
Yes.
So if anybody tell you that it's gonna be cookies and cream, it's not. It's not.
Now I can tell you, like our last 4 hires been rock stars. Like they have been like slam dunks, home runs. But that's because they're getting all the systems, they're getting all the mistake-free stuff, they're getting the policies, they're getting the trainers. Like it is amazing. And I know these not the best ones that we've had, but we've been able to train them the proper way, and they have really excelled in what they do.
Yep. All right, you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday. Have a wonderful Sunday. We will see you tomorrow night, and we're talking about real estate I think. Did you say you want to talk about tax deeds and stuff?
You want to talk about tax deeds? Run it. Just remind me.
I think that's
Let's
what
talk
you
about
said.
tax
We'll
deeds.
talk about buying tax
Ooh, that can be a
deeds
good one now.
and tax certificates. All right.
Listen to me. That's the one you don't want to miss. When we tell you our biggest failure tomorrow, woo, that's the one.
That's not the biggest, but it's one of them. It's up high. It's definitely up high. All right, you guys. We love you. Have a wonderful evening. Good night. Good night. Good night. We are gonna go check on Trinity and the kiddos, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Wait, make sure I don't have a. Thank you, Lori. Good night. God bless you too.
Can they
Peace.
see me? No.
No.
All right.
Peace.